Hey there, guys. This is Accelerator here, bringing you an episode of Terraria. I'm intending for this to be sort of a tutorial vid more than tutorial vid. I'm intending this to be more tutorial rather than LP. So, right now I'm showing off character creation. You can mainly the thing you want to pay that much attention to is hairstyles. The color for shirts and hair and eye color and skin color and stuff like that is just a regular old RGB color scale. So Terraria is a game about survival, but it's not like Minecraft. Minecraft is more survival creation. You know, there's a survival aspect, but people like to create as well. Terraria is a lot more survival exploration. Like, you want to explore a lot in Terraria. So Terraria, really, people try to compare Terraria and Minecraft. A lot of people look at Terraria and think, oh, it's a 2D Minecraft. You don't want to do that. Don't do that. That gets on my nerves. Terraria is nothing. Well, it's got the same basic premise as Minecraft. There is the aspect of creation. You do place and build blocks and stuff, but the main focus of the game is not quite as much creation as Minecraft is. So, yeah. Don't compare Terraria and Minecraft. So, difficulty level. Softcore makes you drop money upon death. Medium core makes you drop all your items upon death. And hardcore makes it a sort of a permadeath thing where you basically don't want to die at all. Creating a world is as simple as hitting create world, going into the selecting a size, and then waiting for it to create. And then you just click on it again to enter it. As you can see, I've set up a couple worlds previously. How to is the world we're going to be using. So let's get into this. So the first thing you want to do when you enter Terraria, similarly to Minecraft actually, I need to stop comparing them, is you want to get wood. You start off with an axe, a pickaxe, and a short sword, all copper. You want to get rid of the short sword as quickly as possible, but anyway, that's for another time. What I would suggest doing is learning to auto-select. Basically, if you hit shift, if you hold shift, then your items will automatically move to whatever item suits the situation best. For example, if I'm holding shift and my cursor goes over a dirt block, it'll change to the pickaxe. If I hold shift and go over the tree, then it will select the axe. If it's over nothing, it will select the torches generally, or if you're underwater, it'll do glow sticks. We'll get into those later. Auto select, usually what I do is always have it on the sword and have auto select handle pretty much everything else, unless I need to use a potion or something like that. But there's some hotkeys for that, actually. There's a hotkey for really a lot of stuff in this game. There's, of course, like as I mentioned before, the auto select. There's a hotkey for healing items. There's a hotkey for the grappling hook, which we'll be getting quite a bit later. There are several types of potions in this game. There's a hotkey to activate all of the the non-restoration potions at once. There is, of course, you can use the mouse wheel to scroll through your inventory if you want. But you know, I generally don't do that. As I mentioned, generally I like to just keep it on the sword and use auto select for everything else. Anyway, so building a house. You want to build houses in Terraria because in Terraria you'll get NPCs to come live with you. Every house needs a light source, walls, a table, and a chair. The crafting table I just made allows you to expand your crafting recipes, which you can get to by pressing escape or whatever other key you have it mapped to, because you can change that. And then you just, if you have the necessary materials in your inventory, then you can instantly start creating stuff. It's not like in Minecraft where you have to move the items around in a certain position. As long as you have, as long as you have one wood block in your inventory, all you have to do is scroll to the wood walls in your crafting menu and select it. Holding right click will allow you to create several at once. So yeah, torches are an important thing you'll need, which will take one gel, which you can get from slimes, which spawn randomly in the overworld, and one wood. That will give you 3 torches. It's a fairly simple crafting recipe, fairly easy to make. Not to mention you can also find torches in pots and stuff. But by the way, when you're getting wood, if you see pots be sure to destroy them because they contain money and arrows and nifty stuff like that. Another thing I believe I might have done while I was crafting is crafted a wooden broadsword. You want to do that as quickly as possible because the copper short sword is terrible. Mine was especially terrible because I had what we call a modifier or prefix of annoying, which dropped its attack damage by like 4%. So you want to make a wooden broadsword because it's stronger than the copper short sword anyway. However, you also want to make a copper broadsword as soon as possible because that would be better than the wooden broadsword, etc., etc. A second ago and just now I found some copper. You want stone as well to make a furnace, but you found copper as well. Of course, I can make copper armor and tools and stuff like that. However, you won't be able to craft anything out of copper until you get an iron anvil. There are two ways to get the iron anvil. You can either find 5 iron, or you can buy it from the merchant, which is an NPC that you get later on in the game after you get, I believe, either a gold or silver coin. I don't remember exactly which. But anyway, so basically the general progression of ores, or basically the way it works, is that ores are made with, ores can be made into bars at a furnace. The bars are then used to create the armor and weapons and such at an iron anvil. So I just made a furnace out of, I believe it is 20 wood, 20 stone, 10 wood, and a torch. I may be wrong on the exact amounts, but I know it takes stone, wood, and torches. Another thing you want to make is a hammer, just in case you end up finding, well, what they call life crystals underground later, which can expand your life. Or if you accidentally mess up with your walls, that is how you remove the walls, is with a hammer. So you're pretty much stuck with what you got, plus any wooden tools you make, until you can either get the merchant or go underground, which we won't be doing in this episode. But anyway, you want to go ahead another thing about houses, they have to be at least 6 blocks tall and 10 blocks wide. And I accidentally just trapped the guy down there. So in a second, I'm gonna find a way to get him up. It's gonna take a little bit though. What I ended up doing is making like a wooden staircase for him. Of course, there wouldn't have to be a wooden staircase, but that's what I just did. But anyway, so a couple things about nighttime. For one, you're gonna get some stronger mobs like the zombies. The zombies, they're not that hard to kill, but if they gang up on you this early on in the game, they can be a legitimate threat. What I would do is, if they start banging on your door, don't worry, they can't break it down. On a normal night, they can't break it down. So you don't have to worry about that. So what I would do, you do want to kill them if you can, though. What I would do is when they come to the door, open the door, and then immediately start attacking them. Because that will allow them to, they have a rare chance of dropping what's called a shackle, which will increase your defense by 1 when you put it in your accessories section in your inventory, which is on the right side of the screen when you press escape, or whatever key you have your inventory mapped to. For example, I have it mapped to Q so I can get to it more easily. By the way, I didn't mention this, but jump is space, A is left, and D is right. If you're on top of a wooden platform, S will make you go down. Yeah. So, I don't think I ever mentioned exactly what a house needs. So let me go over that again. I might have done it already. I'm sorry if I did, but everything a house needs. It needs a light source, wooden walls, or any walls besides dirt, any exterior besides dirt that's at least 6 by 10. It has to have a table, such as a wooden table or the crafting table, or a sitting area, such as a wooden chair, or eventually you can get things like a toilet. Yes, they can have a toilet as a sitting area. So yeah. So another thing you want to listen for at night is the shooting star sound effect. Or if you see a shooting star, that works too. It sounds about like you would think a shooting star would, really. So basically, you want to collect as many of those as possible for various reasons later on in the game. The number one reason, I'm going to go ahead and spoil it, is to create mana crystals. Using a mana crystal will increase your maximum mana by 20. Mana allows you to use magical attacks that you'll get later on in the game as well. So here what I'm doing is kind of stupid because I ended up in this hole I can't see, and I didn't think about the fact that I could craft torches. You don't need a crafting table to craft torches, by the way, so if you're ever stuck in a cave and happen to have some gel and wood, there you go. Anyway. So you can see the shooting star up there briefly. This is when I finally figured it out. So you know what it looks like. And, yeah, it's, shooting stars are fairly important. I end up digging my way up through the mountain here. This kind of stuff is why I have it sped up at double speed. So, by the way, this is all going to go a lot slower for you. The game doesn't go quite this fast. I kind of wish it did, but it doesn't. You'll get, of course, accessories later that allow you to do a couple things quicker than usual, but in the meantime, then you're stuck with this. It's not too bad, though. I think certain characters have different natural speed stats, potentially, because I feel like, it seems like I made one character that I felt moved a little faster than one of my other characters. Yeah, there's several things that can increase your speed, and we'll get to that later. Certain prefixes can affect your running speed, actually. So, there's the falling star, and now I go back to my house. So, you've just survived. Assuming you stayed in your house like you probably should have, and survived when you did go out, then you have just survived your first night in Terraria. So, I have been Accelerator. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a lot about Terraria from it. I will see you guys next time when I make the next Terraria video. Peace out.